Hello and welcome to another installment of Metalhead Central, the show where I take an honest look at the harder side of music and give it an honest rating. Yep, I'm back. After a rather long and honestly kind of needed 2-month hiatus, I can finally return to reviewing albums with a clear mind. So, while this might be episode 66 in the series, let's just consider it a rebirth of sorts. Today, we're going to be heading to Sweden to check out a band that has done something very few bands in metal can do. Have both commercial appeal and kind of a cult-ish following. Also, their vocalist dresses up like some kind of demonic-ish clown when on stage. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, it's Avatar and their new album Hunter Gatherer, released August 7th on E1. This album is basically Avatar at their most Avatar-esque, if I might put it that way. It's got a solid balance between the melodic and clean and the heavy and dirty. Once again, Johannes Eckerstrom brings a completely unhinged yet completely coherent vocal performance. If there's a vocalist in metal today that knows how to reconcile the two typical sides to metallic vocals, it's this guy. In fact, I'd go so far as to say is that it's one of the vocal performances of the year so far. It carries the same air of dark whimsicality to it that has always defined this band. As far as the music is concerned, it's Avatar sounding as solidly entrenched in their style as they ever have. You have the catchiness on songs like Justice, Child, Scream Until You Wake, and A Secret Door, that plays nicely against the thundering heaviness on Silence in the Age of Apes, Colossus, God of Sick Dreams, and album closer Wormhole. Then you have the piano-driven ballad and rather ironically titled Gun. I do wish more metal bands would play around with this instrument. It can work to beautiful effectiveness, and this is no exception. On the downside, the album does feel lacking in some elements of creativity. I like the alternating nature of the songs between heavy and rather more brutal, and the more melodic stuff, but it feels like there could have been just more. Just a little more. Also, some of the cleaner stuff on here feels dry. I love cleans and melodies, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't feel like they had quite the same amount of emotion thrown into them that the heavier stuff did. Other than that, this is a solid album. It's well worth a listen. Metalhead Central gives it a 4 out of 5, and reminds you that heavy and fun can be mixed.